Drum nerds, drum nerdesses, oh my good golly, welcome back. It has been a hot minute, so for that I do apologize. Life got a little bit crazy, and it might get a little bit crazier still. Like, subscribe. Am I wearing any pants right now? Well, your guess is as good as mine. So it's been a hot minute for me on the channel, but it's been a hot minute since we've looked at Lovebites as well. So, hopefully everybody's well in their life. Thank you for sticking around. I hope to be putting out at least now one every week from here on in. If anything changes, I will be letting you know. Try and get up to 2 back again. That does take quite a bit. So, Lovebites, M.D.O. I'm not sure if this is knocking at heaven's gate, as in knocking on heaven's door sort of thing, or I don't know what to get from this. I think maybe that's the concert title that they've got there. So let me know in the comments. I'm sure you will. Again, I hope everybody's doing well in their life and having a great, fabulous start to the new year. Like, subscribe. Let's get into this and let's see what we can get here. Oh, hello. Nothing of it, evidently. Good start. So that's the end of a song, or is this the start of a song? See, that's pretty good stuff right there. It's pretty random in the sense that I imagine they're starting the song with a drum part that would otherwise be the kind of ending of a song. It's a bit like Star Wars, really, isn't it? In the sense that they started with the end before the... Wow, okay, so there's a lot just coming straight at you here. So we got quarter notes on the hats there. And that bass drum is filling most of that groove. Because this is fairly thunderous. So the groove, again, anybody who wants to throw down, I mean, I see if I can put closed captioning on. There's no closed captioning available. Let me know the lyrics down below. As you might know, I'm a big fan of lyrics, so I like to hear it and understand exactly what's being spoken about. But drum pattern has stayed consistent. Those quarters on the snare and on the hat and or the effect cymbal or the china. And you got that double bass pedal playing that pattern. Let's have a go. My spacebar don't want to work. Oh boy. So we've kind of brought that back down a bit. So we have half-timed it, but we haven't changed the note value of the right hand. It's still playing quarters, but we've pulled back how many times we're hitting that snare. So it's not every quarter note on that snare. It's pulled back a bit, and the double pedal has pulled itself back a bit. So there's a bit of breathing space. Now we've gone back into it. So it's actually falling on the upbeats. Right? So the hat and the snare sound like they are coming up on those upbeats. So if you looked at, if you took the, well, I guess, yeah, look, so if you looked at maybe eighth notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, so you're playing the upbeat. I hope I'm right. This has been a hot minute since I've done any of this. Been very, very busy, but that's what I'm hearing. Ooh, those toms are very, very well tuned. Nice stabs there. So you can see the hats are quite loose there. So they are very heavy looking hats. You can see that they are quite a thick one. I don't know if they're AAX, if it's a Sabian thing. It looks that way, but they're very heavy. So there's not a lot of, how would you describe it? They're very thick, both physically and sonically. And when they're loose, it makes it just quite deep. It's hard to describe. See, yeah. Are they HHX? They might be HHX. I see what would be across that line, but in any event, you can tell they're very thick hats, and they are slightly opened. And you've obviously got all these, you've got a tiny, tiny little kind of bell there. You have a splash above that, probably about a 10-inch. And then you've got that nice standard, as is always, that little effects. She always has that little effect symbol where you've kind of got almost like a star-shaped symbol on top of a regular flat symbol. And then another bell. There's a lot going on there. Lots of sonic choice, which again, and you've got two Chinas. You've got two Chinas, but one has holes in it, so it's a little more effective. Nice hand foot. So you got that grace note too? Oh! And they're pretty shallow toms. Have a look at this. So those are fairly shallow looking toms, and that's a Vistalite. Maybe, well, that's certainly a Vistalite floor tom. So, again, that's in its own thing. Depends if you like Vistalite or you don't like Vistalite. I like Vistalite. Let me know if in your comments below if you have ever enjoyed the sound and or the aesthetic look of a Vistalite. However, although, again, if you're going to look at Vistalite shells and you're going to look at natural wood shells, I would always take the warm feeling of a wood shell. Because as it ages, it's going to change. You're going to get a different structure in that wood. It's going to maybe expand a little bit. It won't. It's still got some moisture in it. It might be a bit dried out. It depends what temperature room you put it in. But again, and it depends what kind of wood it is. So you're going to get different sonic almost development as it ages. But we're not going to go there. All I'm trying to point out is those are shallow rack toms, and that's pretty cool. Drum nerd video, eh? Still got it. M.D.O. Now I get it. But what does M.D.O. stand for? Am I being very dense and... So again, I'm letting the guitars have their solo, take their time, and there's not much to say about the drums, not right now at least, and not in a disparaging comment. I just say that because that pattern has come from the kind of chorusy verse bit, and that has stayed till now, right? So there's been a couple kind of 4-note roughs, but that's... Ooh, that was quite high up the neck. And now we're on the bell. Now we are on the bell of the ride and or a very, very, very tiny Sabian equivalent of a Z bell, because you can hear. See, now I'm telling you, have a look. You can hear how pingy and quick the decay is of that cymbal. That is either the bell of the ride or a very small Z bell kind of similarity, right? Because obviously Sabian doesn't have a Z bell, but Sabian is Zildjian in the sense that they are the family members of Zildjian, and they broke apart and they went and did their thing in Canada. But in any event, listen to the cymbal sound. And there's a pattern there too. So we got a different. And nice cymbal choke. Those toms are very well tuned and very well mic'd. I haven't seen that I can remember, but I want to say they're coated heads purely off of the fact that they sounded a little bit more warm. I could be very wrong, and I hope I'm not, but I'm putting myself out there just to see. But we will see what those heads actually are. Because there was certainly a clear head on the floor tom. It's a coated on the snare. Let's have a look. They are clear heads. You know, you swing and you miss. See, I put myself out there and I got burned, and it's okay. You know, we are all human. So, yeah, that's obviously down to the tuning then and the miking. I thought it was a little bit warmer than it, you know, that would denote it being a coated head, but you can still get that out of a clear head. So now you can fully see this is the perfect experiment that you've just watched play out live. When people say, oh yeah, coated heads just sound warmer than clear heads. No. I call bullshit. Because I was hoodwinked and duped by that. So maybe there is one or two people, maybe John Good from D.W. can hear that, but this is the point, right? If somebody says, get a coated head, it's warmer, you can clearly get the same warmth out of a clear head. I think personally, it comes down to feel and aesthetics, because a coated head will feel differently when you're doing kind of rudimentary work and stuff and kind of fills around it. You'll feel that slide. It will allow you to get, as Benny Greb has done, you kind of lick your finger and slide across. It does give a bit different there, but in the grander scheme of things, they're the same thickness, usually. I would imagine they're not all the same thickness, but you can buy the same thickness coated as you can clear. So, look we've just debunked something on this channel. We've just made Mylar head, history. Great ending. And I should point out further to the head style topic, those two have the same material. It's just that one gets a coating of, it's like a little spray. And so it does add a little bit to it, but it's still the same. You've still got 7 mil or, however many mil you've got of that kind of Mylar sort of material-y thing. Whereas animal skin, I think that would be a totally different ballgame, because that's actual skin. So, but there we go. This is what Drum Nerd is all about. Let's hear that ending one more time. That was a well executed and a very tight ending. So with all that, I am going to leave now. I have to go and get ready for work. So do you probably. There we go. 14 and a half minutes. So I have nothing else to say except for like, share, subscribe. Apparently when you say subscribe, that button flashes up. So look, subscribe. It's going to be flashing everywhere. So Do something nice for somebody you don't know. Be well, be safe, and be happy in your life. And again, keep your stick on the ice. See you in the next one.